Break the Circle by Corrosion and Conformity. Now, the first thing to be aware of on this is the tuning is down. And one of the interesting things I've come across by playing the songs for this album is if they do, a drop D type of tuning, it tends to be on the sharp side a little bit. And so if they tune the whole guitar down, it's often on the flat side. So it's kind of interesting. I wonder if they were more tuning to themselves in the studio opposed to tuning to a tuner. Neither here nor there, but it's just something that was interesting to me as I've been working through this. So I'll start off describing some of these riffs in this tutorial and then demonstrating them right afterwards. So we'll go back and forth. You'll have the tab up on the screen. You can do a screen print of it. And then I'll go through and demonstrate it. And I'll also try to play it slow enough, because I know when I've been trying to learn songs and I'm watching people playing them on YouTube, it's like, hey, slow it down. It's too quick for a first exposure to this riff. The other thing to be aware of is I've timed the point of the song where the riffs start, but not to the album MP3s. I had to listen to these things at multiple speeds, and I found that YouTube was kind of the best vehicle for that. And so it's going to be based on the songs that were uploaded to YouTube. So if you look at this, which is on the screen, we've got like the second riff starting at 0.06 seconds. That probably won't match up to the album's MP3. Couple things about, jumping into the details of playing these riffs and the nuances of them. Let's just look at the first line, the intro. The second power chord, it sounded to me as they were hitting it, maybe pulling a tremolo bar back. I try to avoid a tremolo bar. I also try to avoid going any higher in fret numbers than 12, but those personal preferences. So what I do on that is I grab the neck of the guitar and the body of it towards the back, and I'll try to get this in video and then push it against my torso, and that will sharpen up the notes. So it's just kind of bending the guitar, bending the neck back, and kind of giving that effect of as if you had a tremolo when we're pulling backwards. I like this song for lack of a better description of some of the fundamentals of being a metal guitarist, and they do the aspect of working around the zero on the E string and basically the power chord of the zero on the E and the second fret on the A. That normal chug. What these guys do at COC is just fantastic. They have a lot of tonality differences in how they're muting, how they're stroking. Are they doing an upstroke or a downstroke on it? Where are they attacking the picking pattern on the bridge? Is the picking pattern a little closer to the bridge, or is it about 3/4 of an inch away? It was interesting in transcribing this because you're listening to it in detail and you think, oh, they've gone to a whole different note, whole different power chord. But no, it's just the nuances of how they're treating this one aspect, this one kind of note that, kind of the muted E with the second fret on the A. It's really impressive how they've kind of mastered that note and how you attack it and all the inflections that you can get out of it. So that's one of the things to look forward to as you're working through the COC songs, is you will be getting a master class in basic metal nuances that they've given us. Now, what's of interest on this first riff is there's a triplet. And when you play this triplet, you play it a little closer towards the bridge, or like a little closer towards the meat of your palm. So let's say if you've got a comfortable, if you're laying your hand comfortably on the strings, maybe inch, like about a half inch, move the pick back to do the triplet, and then move it back out to do the regular downstrokes, and that'll give you the tonal variance that they have going on in the album. The second riff, I may or may not demonstrate that one. It was already just shown on the sheet prior or the exhibit prior. So we've made it to page 3 of the riffs. There's 4 of them. The third and fourth riff we've already gone over, so we're not going to rehash those. Focusing on the first 2 riffs, it's essentially the same riff with the additional power chord inserted into the second one, and if I remember correctly, it's a downstroke pattern kind of triplet. There's also an artificial harmonic that gets triggered within the single note pattern. And to trigger that harmonic, hit the note with your pick like usual, and then roll your thumb over and lightly touch the string, and that will trigger your harmonic. You'll probably have to hunt and peck for a while until you find the right spot for it. All the riffs on sheet 4 have already been gone over, so there won't be any demonstration on these. On sheet 5 here, there's only 2 riffs that need to be gone over. The one at 1:56, which subsequently gets repeated towards the end, and the riff which is underlying the solo at 2 minutes and 22 seconds. Regressing a little bit, if we look at 2 minutes and 7 seconds, it's just switching out between 2 power chords for a total of 3 times at the beginning of the solo. Nothing too complex there. All the riffs on the final 3 sheets have already been demonstrated. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial.